Hey guys, my name is Zakari, I'm an online entrepreneur, and in this video, I'm going to walk you through the 7 steps to help you launch your very own high-ticket business and scale it all the way up to 10K plus per month. Now, these steps I'm going to show you guys, I've actually personally used in my own high-ticket business, so I know they work 100%. And if you follow all the steps and be consistent with them, you definitely will see results. Just before we do get into them, I do want to cover this because I think it's important, why you should actually listen to me. So I've actually been doing high ticket for the past couple years. When I started my first high ticket business, I had no audience, I had no capital, and I scaled it all the way up to 100K per month within just a short time of 6 months. And as you can see here, this is a photo of me working my 9-to-5 sales job back in Australia. At the time, I had no idea that in just a short 6 months, I would be living in Dubai and basically having time, location, and financial freedom. So yeah. And here is a couple of results. So yeah, as I said before, using these exact strategies, I've scaled my business to over 100K per month. You can see this was one of the highest months back in August. And then these are the different payouts. I'm a Kiwi, so from New Zealand, you can see this is into a New Zealand bank. And yeah, this is what kind of all the payments look like in my Stripe account. So yeah, just thought I want to cover that with you so you're not listening to a random person online. And yeah, this is actually 85% profit margins, which is pretty crazy for an online business. Usually with like drop shipping or agency, you're looking at like 30 to 40%. So let's get into it. So the first step is to identify your niche. Now, the reason why this is important is because you need to know what problem you're solving for what audience. So to help you out, there's a couple questions you can ask yourself. So the first one being, what skills do you actually already possess? So a lot of you guys might be good at something already and you just don't know that you can actually monetize that skill. So look deep, maybe you're good at like copywriting, maybe you're good at ads, maybe you're good at speaking, sales, anything along those lines. And if you really look at your skill set and you don't feel like there's something you can teach, I'm most like 9 out of 10 times there is. Otherwise, if you really feel there isn't, then what you can do is dedicate yourself to learning a skill for a period of 3 months and then teaching it. And a lot of people get confused around the teaching part. They think they need to be, you know, a professional or top tier expert at it. You just literally have to prove your craft or be better than someone else to be able to teach it. So I just wanted to let you know about that. And yeah, as I was saying before, what are the specific problems that you can solve for your audience? Like maybe you're really good at something that you can help people with. That's the sort of thing you want to be selling. And you got to think to yourself, like, what would someone be willing to pay you $3,000 upwards to learn? Once you can figure that out, that can be your niche and that can be eventually the offer, which is the next step that you craft for them. So yeah, there's a couple examples. For example, if you're good at fitness and you've got a really good body, perfect. You can go ahead and create like a fitness offer and help people get into shape. And then you can like look at different niches off that. So, okay, maybe you want to help busy executives who don't have much time, or maybe you want to help overweight like people or help young men try to put on mass. So yeah, once you know your skill, then you look at the niche and identify your niche and see kind of like which subsect do you really want to help and help with their problems. Yeah, and a couple other examples you can see here. And once you do identify that, what you want to do is come up with a help statement. Now, a help statement is basically one sentence that can explain to you or to your audience as well who you're actually helping. So I help who achieve result in X time frame without the big pain point. So that's the first step. Now, second step, craft your offer. This is my personal favorite because once you get the right offer, you can literally, honestly, if you target the right audience with the right offer, it's a money printer. And Alex Hormozi, a lot of you guys will know him. He's really good at crafting offers. He's got his own book called $100 Million Offers. And this book I highly recommend to read. It's only like $5 or $10 on Amazon, but the return on investment is super, super high because once you learn how to craft an offer, you won't go broke again. So an offer is basically the productized digital service that you're going to be providing to your niche. So we just talked about identifying your niche. This is what you're going to be offering them as a solution. So yeah, this is like Alex Hormozi breaks it down pretty well. He talks about the desired outcome and then the time it takes to get the actual outcome. There's a whole formula for it, so I do recommend you go ahead and read that book. That's definitely valuable. But yeah, you actually want to be speaking to your ideal client. So once you know who you want to target, so if we run with the fitness example, say you want to target like CEOs of companies who don't have much time, but they do want to get into shape, what you can do is actually just start messaging them on maybe LinkedIn or Instagram, and then seeing like what their pain points are. You can even use ChatGPT for this. You can ask ChatGPT and say, what could be some potential problems that this niche is facing, and what are the pain points they have? And once you know the pain points, you use those pain points to craft your offer. So that way, when it is presented to them, they're going to feel like, one, you're speaking to them, and two, this is what they need because it's solving their problem. So that's what I'd recommend to start is once you know who you're helping, use ChatGPT and ask them personally, what pain points do they have? And then from their pain points, use that to craft your offer. Now, there's a few different ways you can package up your offer. It could either be a one-on-one weekly consulting call, or it could be a group coaching call. So you might have 5-10 people on a call at once every single week. Or it could be a course. It could be like you could form a video course. So something that if they're busy, right, maybe it makes sense to have a course that they can go through in their own time. Another thing is accountability. That's how your clients will get results. So you do want to find a way to tie in the accountability to it, because a lot of people, they might just join the program and then go back to their old ways and not actually action, and you want them getting results. So a community is a very good way to do that, and just kind of following up with them every single week and seeing what progress they have made. But as you can see, there's a pricing guide as well. So if you are doing like a one-on-one consulting and walking them through from where they are right now to their dream outcome, that's something you can charge a decent amount for, because you are literally like only servicing them, versus a group that's probably a bit less because it's less time per person. Like if you have a coaching call, you'll get questions from many people rather than a one-on-one where it's just them basically, and it's really personalized. But the group coaching is a lot more scalable. So this is probably the route I recommend, because you're able to help more people at once and kind of scale your business faster. And then obviously you have the done for you service, which is a bit more advanced, but that's essentially for the fitness, it's kind of done with you, because you can provide them everything up to the point of eating clean and working out. That's something they have to do on their own. But if you're offering a digital service, like maybe you want to create landing pages for a company, or you want to run their ads, that could be done for you, because you could do literally everything. You could make the ad, you could set it up, you could run it. All these things could be done for you. But yeah, that's the offer section. So step 3, this is my personal strength, is the system side. So setting up the sales systems. So this is basically how you're able to transact with a customer. So far you know who you're helping, you have the solution, which is your offer. Now we need to know how to transact, or how to actually take the payment. So to start with, you don't need a fancy website. Really, you just need a minimum viable sales funnel. So what is that? Basically one landing page. Now this landing page you can make in a software such as ClickFunnels. There's another website called Webflow. There's a couple other ones, but yeah, it's just basically one landing page. And in this landing page, you want something like a headline, a video explaining your offer and who this is actually for, and then simply one button where it says book a call. And this is going to let them press that button, book a call with you, and that will basically book into your calendar where you can go ahead and speak with them on that date that they booked in. So yeah, that's basically it. And then once you have the call with them, you want to be able to say if they are interested in your program, you want to be able to send them a link so that they can pay and get enrolled into your program. So you do want to set up a Stripe account. If you don't have Stripe, then definitely go ahead and do that. It's free, very straightforward. So Stripe is the #1 recommendation. If you are living in a different country that doesn't allow it, or I know a lot of myself, I've had problems with Stripe. So there's another good one in Dubai called MemoPay, if you're in the UAE. Otherwise, if you guys want to know any other payment providers I recommend, you can ask me in the comments and I'll get back to you. But yeah, that's very simple, 3 steps. It's a landing page, calendar booking, and the CRM. GoHighLevel is what I recommend. It's the most affordable. There are ones like HubSpot out there, but that's better if you're already doing good numbers, 6 figures and above, and you just want to scale. So I would always recommend GoHighLevel. It's very comprehensive. I can put a link down below. And this is GoHighLevel. The CRM is basically going to help you organize your leads. So you know who's booked a call, who hasn't, who to follow up with. And later on, when we go to scale and you're hiring like a virtual assistant, this is where they will be basically managing that pipeline of leads. And so yeah, the goal for the sales side and the systems is you want to be able to start booking those calls now that you have the infrastructure to actually handle basically someone from, say if you message them on Instagram or they come for a video, they will be able to book in a call with you. And yeah, that's it. So moving on. Step 4, generating traffic. So traffic is everything. You could have the best offer, but if you have no traffic, no one will know you exist and no one will buy from you. So this is very important, and a lot of people just think once they've made their website, magically sales will fly in, but unfortunately that's not how it works. So there's 2 types of traffic. There's organic and there's paid. Now, I always recommend starting with organic because you're going to be able to build up your audience that way. But also, you're going to learn the skill of sales better so that when you do go to paid, it's almost like you've mastered the foundation and it's just a matter of scaling the numbers. So yeah, start with organic, and there's also 2 types of organic and paid traffic, which is inbound and outbound. So inbound traffic is basically people coming to you. So whether that be for organic, it would be something like a YouTube video, Instagram Reel, YouTube Shorts, these forms of organic content which you can make for free. People will click on your website from that and then go and book a call from there. Now outbound, which is another one, that traffic is basically you going out and say, for example, messaging someone on LinkedIn. That is a form of outbound traffic because you are going out to the customer and basically pitching and asking and building that relationship with them for them to then go and book a call. Now, I recommend doing both inbound and outbound. So you want to create organic content, but at the same time, either yourself at the beginning, or if you can afford it, hire a virtual assistant to be on your Instagram account, to be on your LinkedIn and messaging, say 50 to 100 people per day and building those relationships to get that traffic. So that's where I'd recommend you start. Start creating content if you're not already. And that way you can build your audience up and then have like either yourself or a virtual assistant outbound to people. And something really simple you can do, make your pieces of content on Instagram, YouTube, and then have someone message your followers. And then as your followers grow, there's more leads available. And those are warmer leads, and warmer leads convert better. But yeah, that's the traffic side. And as you can see, you don't need money to get traffic at the beginning. And I highly recommend to go the organic route. And yeah, posting content daily, leveraging your personal network. You might have friends or family or people you know who would already be interested in your product. So definitely start there, because that's like the warmest relationship that you already have. These people know you, they trust you, they like you. So if you have something that solves their problem as well, then it only makes sense to offer it to them, because you're actually helping them rather than like selling them, right? And yeah, you always want to offer the free call, because you don't want to go straight for the kill. It's like asking a girl to marry you on the first date. It's too forward. You need to first take the first step. Would you like to go on a date? In this case, it's would you be open for a strategy call? So yeah, that's step 4. Sales, step 5. So this is, you can get good at this really fast with volume. So sales is something you'll be doing at the beginning on your own, but you can then, when you scale, hire people and actually build a sales team. But that also depends on the amount of leads that you're getting. So if you're not getting many leads at the beginning, I always recommend to do it yourself, because you're going to learn sales, you're going to learn what works, you're going to build that skill and confidence. And then later, when you do have a team or more leads, you know you can just really teach them easily because you've sold it many times. So that's what I recommend. So yeah, a lot of people, like when they think of sales, they think of like, that sleazy car salesman, the slimy like trickster. And that's not what we want to do here. All we want to do is actually help people and offer them a solution to a problem they have. If you look at the beginning steps that I covered, we're finding like a group of people that have a problem and we're offering them a solution. So you need to change, if you have any preconceptions of sales, change it from like trying to trick someone to trying to help someone. Because if someone's not right for this program, then the right thing to do is actually just say it like, look, based on your situation, I actually don't think this is right for you. And so yeah, you want to have like a doctor frame, like a doctor perspective with this. Like you're asking them questions, you're seeing what their current situation is, and then what problems they have, and then you want to diagnose that with your offer and see if that's going to help them. So yeah, you want to sell not the actual information or the features of your product. Like you want to be talking about, look, I've got a course. Of course you mention that, but you more want to say like, what outcome are they going to get after they do join your program? Like, what is the dream outcome for them? Like, why would they want to join? Okay, at the end of this program, you're going to have a 6-pack while working your job, and even that result, having that 6-pack is actually going to help you make more money, because you're going to appear more confident. In your business meetings, people will respect you more. So you can talk about the flow and effects of the outcome that they'll get. Your kids, you can play with your kids better. Your wife will love you more, or love. Yeah, we'll just leave that one. So yeah, you will get objections. Objections are basically pushbacks to like what you're offering. So this one's a very deep one, and this is where most of the sales calls that you have, they can go 50-50, because if you don't handle them correctly, a lot of them, will just stick with what they said and just kind of back away. So I'd say 80% of sales calls will offer you an objection, and this is your opportunity to really show them why your program or mentorship is right. So first one is it's expensive. So a very straightforward and easy one. Okay, well then what's it costing you to stay where you are? Like if I could reframe that for like a business perspective, let's say you have a bit like a business program, right? And you're helping someone with a particular problem. Like say it's learning to grow a high ticket business. Now, if they come to you and say, look, this program's too expensive, you're like, okay, how much do you want to make? They're like, $1 million. Okay, how much are you making right now? So they say 5,000. So the gap between 5,000 and $1 million is 995,000. That's the opportunity cost. So what's more expensive? Is it your $3,000, $5,000 program, or not knowing how to make $1 million? So you just have to frame it that way. Like the cost isn't your program, it's not doing it, because if you keep doing the same thing you've done, you'll always have what you have. So that's the expensive one. And then yeah, this is the most common objective that I've always get in all the sales calls. It's I need to think about it. Look, no one needs to think about anything. They've already made up their mind. They're either a no in their head, it's most likely a no, but they're just too scared to say that to you. So you just say, what do you need to think about? And then they'll say, oh, you know, I just need to sleep on it or something like that. And there's nothing really to think about. If you provided all the information, someone will make that decision on the spot. So something you can do with this is say like, well, what's holding you back from deciding today? And see what they say, what their response is. But yeah, you just kind of keep digging with that one, because they definitely don't need to think about it. And you want to get to just ask them 2-3 layers deep, because then you'll get the real like answer from them. And they might say, okay, look, it actually is a bit too expensive for me. I'm working at the moment and I need to save for my wedding or something along those lines. And then when you know the real objection, you can make a compromise and you could be like, okay, well, look, I do actually offer some sort of payment plan, or we could do it for a trial period. You can kind of work with them on that if you're willing to. Otherwise, you know, if it's just a matter of, I don't know if this will work, and then that's just a matter of reassuring them that if they do stick to the steps, they will get the results. So yeah, this is the sales side. Now, I highly recommend to definitely learn more about sales, because this is crucial. If you're getting traffic to your offer, that's great. That means people are interested in what you're offering. But when you're having the calls with them, this is kind of like the deal breaker. You can either hire a sales rep from the beginning, but you do need to know like if they're good or not, and you should watch their sales calls. But yeah, I always say start on your own and before actually finding someone else. There's a couple good sales books, and The Way of the Wolf by Jordan Belfort. He's the Wolf of Wall Street guy, and that book is really good. He breaks down sales, basically the script and how he taught his sales team, all the principles, the tonalities, the pauses. It's a whole art, a can of worms I won't get into this video. So yeah, for the sales, that's something you need to go ahead and practice on your own. And if you do take sales calls, watch your own calls back and see what you can improve. And yeah, that's sales. Number 6, delivering results. So this is very important. Like you can't basically do everything else without this. Like, okay, the person has trusted you to deliver them the results that you've said on the call and that you're offering them. You have to get them good results. So yeah, it's keeping the promise that you've said to them. And you want to create all the resources to make it as easy and straightforward as possible for your client to get the results. So if we stick with this fitness, for the CEO, you want to create a structured roadmap, a structured 12-week mentorship and roadmap that he can follow, because otherwise, if he just joins it and he's like, okay, now teach me, like, what do I do? You need a roadmap to show people like how they're going to get results, so they can see it in their head, number one, but two, that it's going to be easier to stick to because everything is just laid out. And then, yeah, the community is a big one. So you can use something like Skool. I've used Skool many times. Skool's great because it's almost like an all-in-one community / course. Like you can put your course on there, you can have your community, you can host your coaching calls, and it's really good because it's only $99 a month, and that's for basically unlimited members. So that allows you to scale and just have everything in one place. So Skool is really good. And yeah, accountability, as I was mentioning. So on those weekly calls, if you notice, hey, look, John's not showing up weekly, what's going on? Maybe you reach out to him in Skool, send him a message and be like, hey, John, like, just want to make sure like everything's going okay. I noticed you didn't show up to the coaching calls. Is there anything I can do to help you more, right? So show that you're doing your best to help him. And yeah, once you do over deliver and you give everything to your clients, they will get results. And then with those results, they'll give you a testimonial. And that testimonial will actually end up helping you get more customers, because now that you've helped someone, other people will see that. You can put that on your website below where someone books a call. So when they're on your website, they're like, okay, this guy's offering this. I can book a call with him. Oh, he's actually helped this guy, John. And John's got in phenomenal shape. Maybe I'm a bit like John, like I'm working a busy job. Let me go ahead and book a call with this guy. So that's kind of how it works. You basically, when you deliver results, you start that positive flywheel, because that testimonial will enable you to get more customers, which allows you to get more results and so on. So that's the goal, getting results for your clients and testimonials. Now, the final step, and something I'm pretty good at, which is the automations. So automations are just things you want to automate the tasks that you don't necessarily need to do and that are kind of repetitive. So what I recommend with the automations is you want to keep track of the things that you're doing in your business. So like, for example, what's a good one? Sending out emails. Now, if you have like someone interested in your offer, you might capture their email, right? When they book a call, you should create an automation to actually send them 1, 2, 3 emails before their call. Now these emails are kind of just like reminders, hey, you have your call this day. And then another email might be like showing testimonials or a reminder why they booked in, like, look, I'm super excited to speak with you. But all these emails are all automatic. Like, you personally are not going to send every person who books in these emails. It's just a waste of time, but this can all be done by technology. And automations, once you get the hang of it, they're super fun and they're really easy to set up. So there's a couple apps. Zapier is the one I recommend. Make.com, although Zapier is a bit more user-friendly, I feel. And even within like Calendly itself, you can set up automations. So what I was just talking about before about having the emails getting sent out to customers, this is something you can set up in Calendly inside the website already. And then, yeah, it's just creating these systems to allow you to focus on sales and growing the business rather than being in the business. Because you don't want to be a slave to your own creation. You want to outsource a lot. So yeah, the automations, like for example, sending DMs to potential customers. Now, you want to, as quickly as possible, hire a VA, a virtual assistant, and this person is basically tasked with sending DMs inside your account to get potential customers to book in. And everything should be tracked. They should be giving you daily reports, what went well, what didn't. There's a whole bunch of systems, but for this video, I'll just keep it at that because I just want you to know when you do get to this step, you can reach out to me, but also you'll just have to make sure that you're always trying to grow your business, and by grow, you have to grow it by automating it. So, yep. And the goal for this, as you can see, if you've done all these steps up until this point, you should have a sales machine with leads coming in and having the ability to close them. And at this point, it's just a numbers game. So let's say you get, for this purpose of this video, 10 sales calls, and say you're really good at selling, you sell 40% of those 10 calls, you have 4 clients. At $3,000, that's $12K a month. Or you close all of them, 10 clients, 3K, 30K a month. So you can see at this point how it's a numbers game. It's number of calls booked, actually qualified calls. They have to be like actually interested in your offer, not someone who's like doesn't even know what you're offering. People who are interested, your niche, your target market, and then how many are showing up, and then how many have you basically closed. That is the formula, and that's the numbers game. It's pretty straightforward, and I like to say it's simple, but it's difficult. Like the concept itself, me explaining it to you, it sounds very easy, but it's actually a bit difficult to execute if you're doing it on your own, which leads me to the next step. If you would like help launching your very own high-ticket business, then that's something I'd be more than happy to help you with. Below this video, in the description, you should see a Calendly link. Now, this link will allow you to book in a call with me or my team, and then we can kind of take a look at your business right now to see if we can implement some of these systems. Or maybe you've never started a business before and you want my help from day one and literally walk you through step by step in a more detailed fashion, and you can see like literally all the steps you need and have me there walking you through everything, then I'd recommend to book a call and we can discuss that. Or if you just want to go on my Instagram, Akari Leander, you can just DM me the word freedom, then I'll know you came from this video and we can just talk through there. Other than that, thank you guys for watching. If you've learned something from this, please give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one.